Hello, I welcome you all for the lecture series on thermodynamics, session number 5. In this video, I am going to explain slopes of isothermal and adiabatic curves and relation between isothermal and adiabatic elasticities, which is a syllabus for first BSc students. I am Dr. E. Srinivas, working as an assistant professor of physics in IDSG Government College, Chikmagalur. What are the learning objectives? By observing this video, students can able to derive the equations for slopes of isothermal and adiabatic curves, and they can able to understand the relation between isothermal and adiabatic elasticities. First, we'll derive the expression for isothermal curve. We know that what is isothermal process. Isothermal process is a thermodynamic process which takes place at constant temperature. That means in isothermal process, there is a change in pressure and volume takes place at constant temperature. Let us consider an isothermal process takes place from state 1 to state 2. This curve represents isothermal or isothermal curve. It is also called isothermal. The ratio of change in pressure, that is dP, to the change in volume dV gives the slope of this isothermal. So, ratio of change in pressure to the change in volume gives the slope of this isothermal curve. We know that for an isothermal process, the equation can be written as PV is equal to constant. So, PV is equal to constant is the equation representing the isothermal process. Differentiating this equation, we get P into dV plus V into dP is equal to 0 because differentiation of constant is equal to 0. We can write this equation as P into dV is equal to minus V into dP, or slope is equal to dP by dV. Slope is equal to dP by dV is equal to minus P by V. This equation gives the expression for slope of the isothermal. Here the negative sign shows that as volume increases, pressure decreases. As volume increases in the isothermal process, to maintain the temperature constant, pressure should be decreases. Therefore, the slope is negative. Next, what is the slope of the adiabatic curve? So, we all know that in the adiabatic process, heat neither enters the system nor leaves the system. That is, dQ is equal to 0, but there is a change in pressure, volume and temperature. Let us consider the adiabatic process changes from state 1 to state 2, and it is represented by this curve. So, this curve represents the adiabatic curve. Once again, the slope of the adiabatic curve is given by dP over dV. So, ratio of change in pressure to the change in volume gives the slope of the adiabatic curve. And also, we know that the equation for adiabatic process is given by PV to the power of gamma is equal to constant. On differentiating this equation, we get here P into gamma into V to the power of gamma minus 1 dV plus V to the power of gamma dP is equal to 0. Once again, differentiation of constant is equal to 0. Differentiate this equation, P into gamma into V to the power of gamma minus 1 dV plus V to the power of gamma dP is equal to 0. This equation can be written as P into gamma V to the power of gamma minus 1 dV is equal to minus V to the power of gamma dP. And also we know that slope is equal to dP by dV. dP by dV is equal to minus P into gamma V to the power of gamma minus 1 over V to the power of gamma. So this, after simplification, we get minus gamma P by V. Here when V to the power of gamma takes to the numerator, it becomes minus gamma plus gamma cancel, V to the power of minus 1 is there, take to the denominator, it becomes V. So the slope of the adiabatic curve is given by slope is equal to dP by dV is equal to minus gamma P by V. From equation 1 and 2, equation 1 is slope of the isothermal curve, dP by dV is equal to minus P by V only, minus P by V. Whereas slope of adiabatic curve is minus gamma P by V. dP by dV is equal to minus gamma P by V. Substitute for P by V as slope of isothermal curve, we get the slope dP by dV of an adiabatic curve is gamma times the slope of the isothermal. The slope of the adiabatic curve is gamma times the slope of the isothermal curve. Hence, the adiabatic curve is steeper than the isothermal curve at a point A where the two curves intersect each other. You can see in this diagram, this is the curve for isothermal process and this is the curve for adiabatic process. At the point of intersection, if we take the slope of the two curves, see the curve, the adiabatic curve is steeper than isothermal curve. Adiabatic curve is gamma times greater than isothermal curve. Because adiabatic process is a quick process, there is a sudden change in volume and pressure, and isothermal process is a slow process, and also there is in isothermal process the temperature remains constant, but in adiabatic expansion temperature decreases. As temperature decreases, the pressure also decreases because heat neither enters the system nor leaves the system. As temperature in the adiabatic process is less than the temperature in the isothermal process, so pressure in the adiabatic process is less than the pressure in the isothermal process. Temperature in the, pressure in the adiabatic process is less than the pressure in the isothermal process due to decrease in temperature. Therefore, the slope of the adiabatic curve is steeper than the slope of the isothermal curve. Next, we are going to derive the relation between adiabatic and isothermal elasticities. First, what is isothermal elasticity? So, during isothermal process, the equation can be written as PV is equal to constant. Once again, differentiating this equation, we get V into dP is equal to minus P into dV, because P dV plus VdP is equal to 0, and rearrange the terms, we get V into dP is equal to minus P dV, or V into dP minus dV is equal to P. From the definition of elasticity of gas, elasticity of isothermal process is equal to dP over minus dV by V, that is equal to V dP minus dV. What is this isothermal elasticity? We all know that in the elasticity chapter, so there are three moduli of elasticity. For the gas, we consider only bulk modulus. Bulk modulus is defined as ratio of bulk stress or volume stress to the volume strain. Bulk modulus is equal to volume stress or volume strain. So volume stress is given by force per unit area, and it is represented by pressure, that is change in pressure. Force per unit area is represented by change in pressure, and the volume strain is given by ratio of change in volume to the original volume. The ratio of change in volume to the original volume is called volume strain, that is called elasticity or bulk moduli of elasticity in the isothermal process. By rearranging this equation, we get V into dP over minus dV. Call this as equation 2. From equation 1 and equation 2. So VdP minus dV is equal to P. So, and also VdP minus dV is equal to elasticity, isothermal elasticity. Therefore, isothermal elasticity is equal to P, the normal pressure. This is the equation for isothermal elasticity, called this as equation number 3. Let us derive the equation for adiabatic elasticity. Equation for adiabatic process is given by PV to the power of gamma is equal to constant. Once again, differentiating this equation, we get P into gamma into V to the power of gamma minus 1 dV plus V to the power of gamma dP is equal to 0. Or V to the power of gamma dP is equal to minus P gamma V to the power of gamma minus 1 dV. Or minus dP by dV is equal to V to the power of gamma V to the power of gamma minus 1 over V to the power of gamma. Once again on simplification, we get minus dP by dV is equal to gamma P by V, or minus V dP or dV is equal to gamma P. On simplification this equation, so dP into V minus V dP over dV is equal to gamma P. From the definition of elasticity of the gas, as I explained in the last slide, this represents elasticity of the adiabatic process, ratio of volume stress to the volume strain, that is equal to dP over volume strain is ratio of change in volume to the original volume. So on rearranging, we get VdP over minus dV from again these two equations, from equation 1 and 2. So adiabatic elasticity is equal to gamma P. Call this as equation number 3. And also we know that in the last slide, isothermal elasticity is equal to P. From equation 3 and 4, we can see that adiabatic elasticity is equal to gamma times the isothermal elasticity. So adiabatic elasticity is equal to gamma times the isothermal elasticity. This is the adiabatic elasticity of a gas. Thus, adiabatic elasticity of the gas is gamma times the isothermal elasticity. So this is the relation between the adiabatic elasticity and isothermal elasticity. So I have used all these books as reference. Thank you for watching. Thank you once again.